Welcome back to another episode of Uploaded and Unfiltered, the podcast in which I, your host, interviews another content creator in regards to their journey thus far. Guess what? I still haven't gotten my game and invited any other guests to the podcast because moving, it takes a lot more than I thought. Even after you get all your stuff to your house and you start setting up your house, there's still a ton of things that we need to do. Like, I forgot that I need to register my car and get a North Carolina driver's license. So that's on the list. But no, it's been a beautiful situation. I've gotten back into making a few videos. I had a few TikTok requirements that I needed to knock out, so I knocked a few of those out. I started to set up my room. It's starting to look more like what I envisioned it to be. My wife hooked me up with a bunch of fake plants because while I enjoy the look of plants, I don't want to take care of them. I'm not responsible enough right now. Let me rephrase that. I choose to not be responsible enough to take care of plants right now. So I got a bunch of fake plants and it looks super dope in this room. I finally decided where I'll be recording most of my podcasts, and that's right here in this location where my stand-up desk is. It's where I edit all my videos. It's where I'm going to be editing the podcast, and I'm going to set it up in a nice, calm, relaxing location. So when I am editing a video or something of that nature, it's in a calm, relaxed environment. So that's going to be a fun change, and I can't get over how much space I have. Every time I come up here, I'm grateful for all the space that I have, all of the ideas that keep popping up. And the thing I wanted to talk about today, briefly, was the idea of feeling that notion of you need to do something now in order for your career to take off. Me personally, I haven't made the videos and content I've wanted to in quite some time, and I'm going to be honest, I'm blaming it on the move. I feel like if I would really sat down and buckled down and got everything, my priorities in a row, everything that I needed, I could have did the move and made videos. And, one day I'll be at that level that I will be able to take on that task. But I chose not to this time. And I'm not mad at myself. I'm not upset. I don't have any ill will, any ill thoughts about it. It's just something that I observed, and I will better prepare myself in the future. But I did have a creeping sensation of, oh my God, all these days are going by and I'm not making content. And I know a lot of us feels like that when we take a break, that itch of, all these things are happening and I'm not commenting on it or I'm not making videos about it. And I think that's natural, but I also think it's not necessary. Let me explain. I've seen so many people in the last 6 to 7 months, while I've been paying more particular attention to just the trajectory of some people's careers or just what content takes off and what doesn't. Some people, you can put out content every day for the next 6 months and your shit won't take off. But that consistency, as long as you're enjoying doing it, as long as you're having fun doing it, it doesn't matter when it takes off, eventually it's going to. Or you can just throw up a video that you had an opinion about something in the world, throw that video up and it takes off. You also have to be prepared for that situation as well. In both events, I think the thing to keep in mind and to do is to just be grateful for the ride that you're on. Right now, my ride consists of setting up my new space. And as I'm setting up my new space, I'm having all these ideas pop off and I cannot wait. I need to flesh this one out that I've been sitting on. And shout out to Crew. Shout out to my homie Boss. Shout out to the homie James. All of them have had a inspiration on this idea that I've had, and especially Crew. And if you know what Crew does, then you know where my head is kind of headed. But I have this, you know what? Who else has been a big inspiration is Kai Sanat. The thing he did with his Mafia Thon, beautiful. Like just watching him go through that process and just seeing the clips, because there ain't no way I was tuning in. It was a lot happening. I'm a clip guy at this point. Like catch me on the clip side and I'm in there. So I watched a lot of it through clips and it was good. It was hilarious. He had a lot of funny guests. He had some questionable ones on there, but not everything is not for everybody. And I got to keep that in mind when I'm watching some content. But his whole Mafia Thon 2 thing is something that I'm not saying that I've dreamed of doing that, but the scale at which he thinks and is able to execute on his stream is the type of things that I've thought about doing in the past. I'm like, why hasn't anybody ever done this? Or why hasn't this happened on a stream? And to go back to a point that I made so long ago, if you can think it, it can happen. It doesn't matter how wild or crazy or insane or large the idea is, as long as you have a feeling or a thought or you can see yourself doing it, ain't nothing stopping you. Like, I fully believe that if you think that you can do it, if the thought popped in your head and at some point you were like, ooh, this would be cool if I did this, run with that shit. Don't let anybody turn you back. Don't let anybody talk you down from it. Run with that shit. Always. There's always going to be somebody in your life that's going to say, hey, you shouldn't do that because X, Y, and Z. Or, hey, I tried that and it didn't work for me, so you shouldn't do it either. Fuck all that shit. Try it. And if you fail, figure out why you failed and try it again. And keep trying it until that idea that you had is out in the world and is living, is breathing. And it's all because of you and your dedication and your passion for it. It's simple as that. Going forward, especially on TikTok, if you have a TikTok account, I don't know if you realize this, but they're still thinking about more than likely shutting this down. Now, I feel like there's a few ways where it could keep running since so many people are making a living off of TikTok and no other social media platforms are actually giving people that opportunity the way that TikTok is. There has to be something that allows them to stay a US company. But in the event that it doesn't, and that's what it looks like is happening, everything that you're putting on TikTok is going to just vanish in a month or two. So stop being scared to post content and just post it as if it was going to get deleted in a month or two and just see what happens. Try all those crazy ass ideas that you've had in your head for years. Like, oh, this would be funny as shit if I did this, but I don't want anybody to judge me. I can't even say that shit without laughing. I promise you, once you get over that feeling of people judging you or that you're doing something that's corny or outside the norm, once you get over that and realize that all great things come outside the norm, all great things come from hard work and perseverance. Like the cool things that happen in life didn't happen just, hey, look at this cool thing. Look at this new technology. Like that technology took years and years of research and grinding and all kinds of shit to get to you. So when it comes to something that you really want, you got to be passionate about that shit. I've gotten to a point where people who make excuses, including myself, fucking irritates me. Oh my God. This whole notion of we create our own reality, it's so multifaceted. And again, one day I will be able to articulate what I think about that, but all in small doses. And here's a little small dosage. Nothing has meaning until you give it meaning. And you can take that as far or as minute as you want to, but let's say you haven't streamed in 6 months and you went live, you made a bunch of announcements. You told everybody on Twitter, TikTok, Facebook, you fucking hit up Kick for some reason and was like, yo, I'm coming back. This is the date. Be there. And only 2 people showed up. That doesn't have any meaning at all until you provide a meaning. Like so many things. And here is where I always say the creative side, us creatives, should be able to problem solve our way out of anything. Should be able to make ourselves feel positive and not upset about anything, because the creative side of the brain will allow you to think of creative ways and why they didn't show up. You can think of a billion ways of why it didn't show up that would be negative, and the easy and the magical flip and the thing that's going to change your life forever is to think of the billion ways and why they didn't show up that is a positive thing that has nothing to do with you, that has nothing to do with your talent, that has nothing to do with your streams, that has nothing to do with you as a person. If you can think of just 10 ways of why those people didn't show up in regards to you and it has nothing to do with you, I promise you your life will be 10 times sweeter. You'll wake up more refreshed. You won't be burdened with worrying about why somebody didn't show up to your stream or why only 2 people showed up. You'll be grateful for the 2 people that did show up, and you're going to have an amazing time. Because I promise you, I've streamed to hundreds of people. I've streamed to 2 people. And if you go in it with whoever's here, whoever's talking, that's who I'm engaging with. It doesn't matter how many people are in that stream. So stop making life harder for yourself. Stop making these excuses. Stop thinking the world is out to get you, because it's all in your brain. It's all a thought. And ultimately, we have control over our thoughts. That is the one thing that if we cease to have control over our thoughts, then we aren't humans anymore at that point. We're not us, we're not people. So harness your thoughts, make sure that you have control of your thoughts, and you do that by asking yourself questions. Why do I get mad when this happens? Or why every time this happens do I get upset? Or why do I think the color blue is stupid? Or whatever idea that you have that pops in your head, get into the habit of asking yourself, why do I think that? I promise you, I've been doing this since I was 12, and I didn't realize I was doing work that was going to benefit me in the future. I always ask myself questions in regards to things that I think or feel. I used to not to. And I can see how not asking myself questions have hurt the people around me, have hurt myself, and just not pushing forward towards what I want out of life, not truly representing who I am and what I feel in front of people. Like now when I look in the past, I just see these examples of me being something I'm not, or acting a way that I didn't fully believe in, or agreeing to things that I didn't agree with. And those days are over. I no longer do that. I do what I want, how I feel, and I express how I feel when I feel it. Because again, the older I get, the more years that I'm on this planet, I come to realize that expressing how you feel is how you attract people who are beautiful, amazing people that you want to spend time with, that you want to share experiences with, that you want to create content with. If you fully express who you are, you no longer give a fuck about the people who don't understand you. You no longer care about the negative comments. And you no longer, if I'm being honest, care how long it takes to get to the goal that you want, because you know in your mind, without a doubt, that goal is happening. It's just a matter of what's the road I'm taking to get there. And as I'm going down that road towards my ultimate goal, anything that pops up that can looked at as a problem or a setback, I analyze it, figure out what lessons I can learn from it, or realize that it didn't truly mean that I'm not supposed to be pursuing this, whatever this goal is. I might have made a misstep. It's time to course correct and move forward. Get that mindset, and I promise you, life will be grand. And I'm there. I just need to update the website, open up some appointments, but I will help you get that mindset. It is something that is learnable. It's something that can be taught. And it's something that I will be teaching, because I believe with this mindset, anything is possible. Again, watch some of your favorite creators and just listen to, not all of them are doing this, but I'm glad that more are doing it, talking about the motivational side of why they do what they do, or how they keep pushing forward, or how it was hard for years to keep this same mentality when everybody around you was telling you to fuck off and stop. What the hell are you doing? To keep pushing towards that thing that you wanted, because you know that it's going to work out. I can teach that. I will teach that. And I'm happy to do so. Other than that, I appreciate y'all listening. I am going to wrap this up now so I can go ahead and edit it and get on my inviting people to the show game. Also, I need to tighten down what my hours are going to look like for Radiant Reflection. That is the coaching business that I have open to assist like-minded individuals, creators, to get over any stucknesses or mental gaps they might be having in their lives or experiencing in their lives, so they can create the content that brings them the community and the people and the joy that they want. So appreciate y'all for listening. Life is good. I'm still excited as fuck to be here in North Carolina. I'm about to go do some cartwheels in my in my streaming room, my streaming / VR room. Yeah. I also have a recording booth. It's not set up yet because I don't know how to make like a recording closet, but I'm going to, and it's going to be amazing. So look out for that. Other than that, I appreciate y'all for listening. If you know anyone who can get some information or some beneficial facts or some inspiration from words like these and more, please share the podcast with them. I've been doing it. I think I'm 74 deep. I'm not stopping anytime soon. I can get on this mic and talk for 10 minutes, 15 minutes, forever. So I'm not going anywhere. Let them know I'm here uploading Unfiltered. It's on your favorite podcast listening app of choice. And other than that, I'll talk to y'all later. Protect your mental. Keep creating content. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.